So here's some of the things to get the boat started in the glove box. There's the battery switch. So the battery switch is here. Turn it to 1 or all the way down to 1, 2 if you want. And then close the battery switch. Come over to the driver's seat. You can see ignition. Turn the key, turn the blower on, neutral, and just start. Stereo's over here. So stereo button at the top is just to power on. Hold that black button down. Turn it on. See auxiliary in. The auxiliary cable is around. There's no Bluetooth. Auxiliary cable is around the steering wheel, and then your source control is just below the power button. That's source. If you want to go to FM, AM, or auxiliary, I always leave it on auxiliary. And then down here, just beneath the steering wheel, is your volume and your main volume, then boat and tower volume, and all of your treble, bass, and controls for the wet sound stereo. Okay, that should be everything needed to start. A few things on the accessories. Bilge is just below, marked. Turn the blower off now. Bilge is marked. Navigation lights and anchor lights here. And then what's important is for the ballast, which is down beside the driver to the right. You turn the 2 ballast levers on here with the toggles. And then accessory 3. I haven't used the ballast that much. But accessory 3, and then the ballast switch is down beside the driver. Hang on, let's try accessory 2. Yeah, that'll turn the ballast on. Turn it back off. Accessory 2 turns it on, and then shut these off. And then the black toggle that I turned forward is to fill the ballast, backward is to empty them. Okay, and then just we'll put it in gear. That should be all the keys to getting it started. You got all the gauges here, temperature, 2 speedos, which are fairly consistent. They sometimes go off, just check the back and push the speedo down, your fuel, your voltage, and your RPM, and the water level for your 2 ballast tanks. Okay, I'll show you just the acceleration of the boat and the wake. Before I do that, just on the instruments, you can leave the battery on 1 if you're storing it in the water. Keep the ignition key on. You can take the main key out. This is the main key. The silver key will turn it to start it. If you take the main key out but leave the ignition and the bilge on with the battery on 1, even if you leave it in the water, it will only kill 1 of the batteries, and then the bilge is automatic, so it'll pump out the water whenever it gets to a certain height. And yeah, I recommend that if you're going to leave it in the water for more than 1 night, overnight. Okay, here we are driving it now. Just want to show you the start and the acceleration and the wake, as if we had a water skier on. Just coming back over our own wakes here. Acceleration and top end speed and the wake are as good as when I bought the boat. Here we go. We're already at 36. There's the wake at 36. Looking at the engine. Here we go. One last video here, just to show you the same thing as if we had a skier behind. I'll let you hear the acceleration and deceleration.